Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'll do the NFL game after this, but I want to get the Warriors recap done now. Warriors lose 124-111 to the Atlanta Hawks. I don't know, man. Like, this team just sucks. The Warriors are playing 13 guys, and Kaminga still picked up a DMP and couldn't even play in garbage time. Second game in a row where the Hawks turned on the defense and completely ran away from their opponent in the second half. Like, I'm not saying should be an easy win, because the Hawks have been playing a lot better lately. Then they beat Minnesota, Dallas. Like, this second game in a row where they've turned on the defense and completely ran away from their opponent in the second half. But really the difference, I think it was like, a 2-point game in the third quarter after the Warriors made a 10-0 run to cut to 2. But a 36-12 Atlanta run spanning the third and fourth quarter took the Warriors out of this game completely. Curry and Butler scored 31 and 30 combined, but while the rest of the team scored only 50. So the rest of the team just didn't do shit here tonight, unfortunately. While the Hawks, Luke Kennard had like 20 points. I think he made like 6 3-pointers. He made 6 threes in like 20 minutes. Just sucks, man. It feels like every time the Warriors start to build some momentum, it just goes down. A blowout loss at home for the Warriors, halting some of the momentum I guess they built. Hawks ran away saying that Luke Kennard made 6 threes in 20 minutes off the bench. A real shooter, unlike that Buddy Hield. Warriors went 10 of 42 as a team. You know, how does this team shoot the most 3-pointers in the NBA and are not a good shooting team at all unless Steph goes crazy? And they face the Blazers on Tuesday. The team's already beat them 3 times. So hopefully they can actually finally beat them. But hell if I know at this point. But Steph had 31, Jimmy had 30. Melton was the next highest scorer with 10. The Hawks got rolling midway through the third and never looked back. They also had 28 points off 16 Warrior turnovers. They had 28 points off those 16 turnovers. It's just things that constantly haunt the Warriors. They can't make threes unless it's Steph. And then the turnovers are a problem. But just everybody was cooking tonight. If you were in a Hawks jersey, you were cooking tonight. If you were Dyson Daniels, you were cooking. If you were Nickeil Alexander, you were cooking. If you were Jalen Johnson, you were cooking. If you were Onyeka Okongwu, you were cooking. If you were C.J. McCollum, you were cooking. If you were Luke Kennard, you were cooking. Even Mohamed Gueye played some good minutes. So, I don't know, man. Like, and the Hawks also shot 38% from 3. They only had 7 turnovers, 32 assists without a true real point guard. And they only turned the ball over 7 times and 32 assists. But the thing is, defensively, they can actually guard defensively. Like, the Warriors only shot, they shot 47%, but the thing is, they shot 24% from 3 and had 15 turnovers. 16 turnovers, which led to 28 points. So this team is not good enough, man. That's why they need to trade for a third scorer. Like, MPJ's on a team that's playing some of the best defense in the league. Like, aren't they the best rated? They're like, oh, MPJ can play defense. Yes, he can. And I don't give a shit. Even if he was just okay, he can at least be an elite scorer. And that's why the Warriors need a third scorer. You don't know who the hell the third scorer's going to be besides Curry and Jimmy. So, they just need to make a trade. But the offense is 10 times better when Curry's on the ball versus Draymond on the ball. And I love the aggression and assertiveness from Curry to start the game on the ball and creating shots for himself and others. This is the way it always should have been. It's beautiful to watch. And Quentin Post with a good 4 minutes. Awesome minutes again to start in the early going. Curry just needs to reward him with more than 4-minute segments at the start of the game. He has 4-minute segments and then he takes them off the floor. Same with, like, Guy Santos, for example. Plays him 3 minutes and yanks them for guards. Which is something you can't really afford to do, but honestly, it probably don't matter who played tonight because the Hawks have more athleticism 1 through 4 than the Warriors do. Hell, probably 1 through 5, honestly. And the Warriors got to trade Moses Moody. I can't anymore. 2 points, just invisible offensively, provided nothing defensively. I do not want to see this dude play basketball for this team beyond the deadline. He's not championship caliber. It's time to move on. It's almost like he moves in slow motion. Slow-mo, Kyle Anderson would not be proud watching Moses Moody because his slowness helps him. Moody's annoying. And Draymond's inability just to rebound seriously hampers his ability to be a consistent center for this team, dude. He might be one of the worst rebounding centers in the entire league at this point. But, it was back and forth, first and second quarters. Warriors got off to a good 14-4 start, but then it was kind of just back and forth after that. But then the end of the second quarter, oh my lord. This fucking retard. Hawks destroy the Warriors' tiny lineup. They on a 14-4 run in a 2-minute span. See how quickly Steve Kerr destroys all momentum his own team built. Why a 3-guard lineup when the Hawks clearly have too much size? Santos and Horford were right there and yanks him out. This fucking 6-point deficit was entirely manufactured by the retardation of Kerr. Stupid, dude. That Draymond and GP2 thing is a joke. Steve Kerr decided to tank the game with that lineup before halftime. Like, what in the fuck? Back to running a idiotic 3-guard lineup to close out quarter 2 instead of using Santos. And then the Hawks just glide to the rim for easy buckets. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Jalen Johnson tag teaming the Warriors. Tag teaming. And all of a sudden we're down by 6. It's just a terrible lineup right there. You had Pods and GP2 in the game. I'm getting to the point. I know GP2's been scoring a lot these last few games, but I'm getting to the point where I want them to trade Pods, GP2, one of them. So this fucker, Steve Kerr, can stop playing these guys. I'm tired. And GP2 isn't that bad. It's just some of the lineups Steve Kerr puts him in makes him look terrible. But he's retarded tiny lineups. This is why it fails. Draymond can't defend the paint at center like he used to, and he's one of the worst rebounding centers. Butler's defensive power forward is a joke. Pretty simple. GP2 smaller forward, power forward. He's the smallest in the NBA. It's easily exposed. Curry and Pods are connectors. Connectors can't connect if there aren't 3 surplus defenders on the floor. Why does a professional former player and, quote, coach not understand the basic fundamental building blocks of what makes or breaks a defense? It's because he's a fraud, plain and simple. That insane run to NQ2 does not happen if he simply uses Santos or Horford over GP2 or Pods. Put one of them. I'm tired of them putting Pods or GP2 on the floor. If you want to play one of them, put one out there. Or hell, don't play either of them. Closing lineup is so bad. I wish they'd trade GP2 because Kerr can't help himself sometimes. And then Moses Moody, get him off the starting lineup and even off this team. He's virtually invisible and not stopping anybody defensively. And then they go back to this traffic cop, back to a position of traffic cop, and immediately got locked up. It doesn't matter who the other 2 slots are. Good defensive teams are locking that shit up every time, and the Hawks have a pretty good defense. Just that traffic cop shit ruins everything. Put Draymond in the corner. Mountain came into the game for Moody, and look at the Warriors going like a 10-0 run. Lasted briefly because the Hawks immediately just went back to destroying them. And then we're getting lit up by Luke Kennard. He was like, what, 6 of 7 from 3 in the third quarter? His shit was over by the third quarter. This game is just about what the Hawks have and what the Warriors don't have. The Warriors don't have the shooting or the athleticism that the Hawks have. Or a third scorer. So but this game's just about what the Hawks have and what the Warriors don't. Wings. They have like 8 wings. The Warriors don't have any. And we're jacking up hundreds of threes, missing most of them, but that's every Warriors game, dude. The Warriors aren't a good 3-point shooting team outside the occasional game. They have like 8 of the same player, and the Warriors can't even get 1. At this point, just get rid of Moody, Kuminga, Pods. He'll get rid of them all. Bring in new players. These guys suck. Warriors built great momentum in quarter 2, but Steve Kerr ran a tiny lineup, gave the Hawks the confidence, and then it was downhill from there. But I don't know if it would have mattered, man. But there's no way to stop a tiny lineup with Steve Kerr regardless. So the team's so mid, dude. I don't know what I expect. with this team, honestly. I don't know what I expect. Put the real starters in. The Warriors are fine. This is a good team when you play a serious 10-man rotation. I'm tired of Steve Kerr playing a 11, 12-man rotation. You can't play that many players. But it's just typical Warriors game. Tons of turnovers. Can't hit threes. And when Steph is not hitting, then yeah, you're screwed. 20-pieced at home by the Hawks. But what I mentioned wasn't really why they lost, because Atlanta's got tall, athletic guards who can fucking shoot mid-range shots and hit threes, and they are tall. Warriors don't have really any of those types of players. That's why the Warriors are missing Wild and Lux, because they really can't shoot. And the athletic advantage the Hawks have is just mind-boggling. How athletic they are. And they're literally bigger at 1 through 4. It's just also games like this where Moody's exposed, where being ass is exposed. Like, he's just not good. Like, I've tried with Moses Moody, but I can't anymore. I don't want to be, and people are like, oh, you could be overreacting. The team's 21-19 with multiple blown games in the fourth quarter. They've lost a game with Steph going nuclear, and you're losing it at home by 20 to Atlanta. They played a team that can actually guard, and they look like shit. And Draymond's just awful against teams with size. That's both at forward and center. His fall from defense is real, man. And Luke Kennard's what Steve Kerr wishes Buddy Hield is. One's a real shooter, one's fake. He's a total wild card on offense. I'm talking now back to Draymond. It's just a wild card on offense as well. And GP2, as a two-way player, a few years ago, might have been a creation of Mike Brown. Once he lost Brown, his magic was lost. Now he's often a liability as a tiny guard pretending to be a small forward power forward. I believe Keon Ellis might be the same, honestly. Not the same overall impact without Brown. It's also just a product of Steve Kerr making him look terrible. But yeah. That's all to say. Let's move on to the stats. The Hawks, they improved to 20-21. They are now 13-10 on the road. They scored 124 points, 27 in the first quarter, 32 in the second quarter, 35 in the third quarter, 30 in the fourth quarter. The Warriors dropped to 21-19. They dropped to 13-6 at home. They scored 20 in the first quarter, 25 in the second quarter, 25 in the third quarter, and 33 in the fourth quarter. For the Hawks, Dyson Daniels, 11 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, 5 for 8 from the field. Krejci, 5 points. Alexander Walker, Nikhil, 24 points, 9 of 18 at 3 threes. Jalen Johnson, 23 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Okongwu, 18 points, 7 assists, 12 rebounds, 2 steals, 6 of 14, 3 of 6 from 3. Corey Kispert with 2 points. Mohamed Gueye, 5 points. CJ McCollum, 12 points. Kennard, 22 points, 8 of 11, 6 of 9 on threes. They shot 49 from the field, 38 from 3, 68 from the line, 15 39 from 3, 17 25 from the line, 46 boards, 32 assists, 7 turnovers, 9 steals, 5 blocks, 11 no boards, 35 D boards, 21 fouls. For Jimmy Butler, for the Warriors, he had 30 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, 10 of 19 from the field, 8 of 8 from the line. Curry, he had 31 points, 11 of 21, but had a really rough 3-point shooting night, 3 of 11. Draymond, 5 points, 4 assists, 9 rebounds. Quentin Post, 8 points. I don't know why does he only play like 13, 18 minutes or something? Makes no sense. Moses Moody, just get off this team, get out of the starting lineup. Just 2 points. TJD, 6 points in 3 minutes. Santos, 5 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Al Horford, 5 points, 8 rebounds. GP2, 6 points, 5 rebounds. Anthony Melton, 10 points. Pods, 3 points. And Richard, 0 points. Warriors shot 47 from the field, 24 from 3, 81 from the line. They were 10-42 from 3, 17-21 at the line, 48 boards. 20 assists, 15 turnovers, 5 steals, 4 blocks, 11 no boards, 37 D boards, and 21 fouls. But, yeah, Warriors get destroyed. Their next game against Portland, 11 p.m. on Tuesday, so it'll be a late night recap right there. Hopefully they can beat Portland. I mean, Portland's already beat them 3 times, so hopefully they can beat them this time. But yeah, that's all to say. So leave a like, subscribe for more. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.